In today's video, we are going to look at the top 5 tips to improve and hit champion on console. I'm going to show you everything you need to do to hit champion on console. This is going to be very different from our normal videos of tips because what we're doing is going to be more of a reaction based. I got 5 #1 champion content creators who we're going to look at with 5 different tips, stuff that they're doing that you are not doing, that you need to be doing. On top of that, I want this to be a little different, okay? I'm going to respond to every single comment. I want you to comment down below what your issue is, what you're struggling with, and I'm going to respond to you with what I think. I feel like it'll be very good. I respond to all my comments for the most part, but I want you to comment down below what you're struggling with, and I will get to you. It might take me a day, 2 hours, 20 minutes. Even if this video is 5 months down the line, I still check all my comments every day, so I will respond to them. It doesn't matter when you see this. Also, if you guys do enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like, be sure to leave a comment, and be sure to subscribe. We're on the grind to 40K. Also, be sure to use code PENGUIN on your G Fuel and save 30% off on your G Fuel. I just drank all this. It's really good though. Penguin on your G Fuel. Go use it. 30% off. But let's get into today's video. Alright, so now the first tip that I'm going to give you guys is going to be team play. You're going to notice at a higher level of champions here, right? So this person right here is Cheese Pie. And I'll explain as this plays in the background, right? You're going to notice at a higher level of play how important team play is. For example, in that solo pushing, look, there's a Maverick and there's a Twitch. Maverick is getting the wall open. Twitch is using that wall to get frags, to get kills. Now, this is a great example of, look at how much better pro players are than regular champions. They're at the same level no matter what, but look how much better they are. And why is that? It's because they just communicate and play with the team off each other way better. Way better. And you can do that too. You don't have to be a pro player to be as good as them. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you start playing off your team, start pushing with your team, don't solo push. Stop, thinking you're a hero. Like, stop doing that. You're going to succeed so much higher. Like, Cheese Pie is such a good player. And why is that? Why is that for most champions? It's just one example. It's because they play off each other. They push their team. They take their operators and play off of that. Not only will it help you because obviously this game is such a team-based game, but this will also help you when you're playing ranked because not everyone 5 stacks. So if you get into a game where it's a 3 stack and a 2 stack, they're not going to have the communication that your 5 stack is going to have. Which, real quick, these are just 2 extra tips I'm not really going to go over, but you just have to do. Play in a 5 stack if you want to hit champion or rank up. Warm up if you want to hit champion or if you want to rank up at all. You need to warm up. That's one thing that every single champion in the world does. They warm up, and most of the time they play in a 5 stack. Most of the time. But they're already champions, so most of them don't care. But in order to get champion, I would say 5 stacks are very, very important, towards you will see the most success. Very easy. Very easy. Not only champion, any rank that is. Like I was saying earlier, if you're in a 5 stack, if you're versing people who are solo queuing and duo queuing and trio queuing, you already have an advantage if you use team play. Like that, if you can actually do it, play off your team, like you see here in this clip, look at him. They have a Jaeger on the right, they have a Castle on the left. They're all watching different angles. They're all communicating, talking about what they're watching, looking at what they're watching. They're paying attention to their team. He notices Jaeger dies. He then goes and he takes control of that area because someone has to watch it. Play off of your team. Look around. Stuff like this is going to help you, and it's what a lot of lower ranks are not doing, and it's very important to start doing. But that being said, let's move on to the next tip. Now, this next tip is going to be aggression. Aggression is very important, and for this example, I have Speedy. Speedy is probably the best console champion out there. Just watch how he plays. The most aggressive player I've ever seen in my life. You're going to notice at a lot of higher elo that people play aggressive. They are not scared, because once you get over that fact of, like, not really being scared to take a gunfight, and you just do it, you will see such a high success rate. Now, I'm not saying to swing everything, okay? Obviously, you don't want to be an idiot. You don't want to swing everything, because obviously, there's times when you need to play passive. Like, for example, in time management, where if it's a 1v2 and there's only 20 seconds left and they have to plant, you're not going to rush them. You're going to play off time. What I'm saying is, in general, when you're pushing, when you're, playing an entry role, or if you're roaming, swing them. Don't be afraid, okay? Obviously, like I mentioned, there's times when you need to play passive. But for the most part, if you're just normally playing, start playing more aggressive. Watch Speedy. Speedy's insane. This guy is an actual animal, or he doesn't care. Sure, can he wait for them to push him? Yes, but he's the one being the aggressor. He's pushing it. He's down their throats. He's in their face. Look at him. He's playing Valkyrie, just running around like an absolute psycho. Like, look. Take notes from Speedy, bro. He's playing an MP7 and running around and not caring because he's playing very aggressive. He's not afraid to take a gunfight. You will catch so many people off guard, I promise you, if you start to play more aggressive, and it will get you so many more kills, and it will help you rank up more, and you'll just play better, especially in lower elo. People are not ready for you to swing them in gold and plat elo. They're not ready. Okay, maybe in diamond elo they'll be holding an angle watching, but no. In lower elo rather, people are not going to be as aggressive. Versus people in higher elo who are way more aggressive. Being aggressive will help you a lot. It's something that I am still working on myself, and I noticed that there's times when I play way too passive and I play scared. If I'm like worried about my KD or if I'm worried about losing, once you get past that, stop caring. If you focus on winning, be confident in your gunfight, be confident that you're gonna win the fight. Just do it. Just swing. Why is he using this disgusting scope from the first? I know this is off topic, but what is this? I mean, he's smoking kids with this thing right now, but like, the guy just a freak. He's using the scope and peeking people with ACOGs outside. If this isn't what aggression at its peak, I don't know what is. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You don't have to be as aggressive as him, because he's a psycho. I don't know how he does it. But like I said, just play more aggressive. You will win more gunfights. You will catch people off guard, and you'll do better overall. And it'll help you a ton. But that being said, let's move on to the next tip. Alright, so this next tip is going to be communication. This is something so big in higher elo that if you can do this in lower elo, you're going to go up so fast, I promise you. Communication is so key. Like I mentioned, playing a 5 stack, at least a 4 stack. 3, 4, 5 stack. 5 stack for the max amount of improvement. 4 stack if you can't get 5, and 3 stack if you don't have anyone on. But just listen. I'm not gonna talk as much, but listen to the communication, okay? Dude, like, put up the volume a little bit. 1v3 situation. He says he's on the mirror. He says he's in sight.
One's to your right.
One's to his right. He lets people know where they are. One on the window.
Oscar's on the window.
The communication is very important. Very important. Now they're not being too loud. Woo! Listen to that. Notice the difference though. There's a difference between communication and backseat gaming. You can't do that. If you're a teammate and you're backseat gaming, there's an issue, okay? You have to let the person play, but also give solid comms. And let people talk. Don't, like, figure out who you want to be the person to give comms. That's something very important too. Where there's times when, yeah, communication is good, but if everyone's talking, the person who's playing is not going to be able to hear, and it gets so annoying, okay? And I'm sure you guys know that. But if you can find a balance between communicating and letting people know what's going on. And this, you don't have to be dead to do this. You could be alive. You could be pushing. And you could be like, hey, I'm going to go do this. Hey, I'm going to go do this. Or I'm going to join in this. There's someone in archives. Hey, there's someone in fountain. Communication is the biggest thing. Because if you play a 5 stack and no one communicates, you're essentially just solo queuing. Okay? Communication is so important in this game. What am I watching right now? He just 360 knife this guy? If you're not communicating with your team, you're not going to improve. Like, there's just no point to 5 stack if you're not communicating, but communication will help you a ton. Like I mentioned earlier, playing off your team is very important because there's people who are solo queuing, but it works as well with this, because if you're on a 5 stack and you're versing people who are solo queuing, you're versing people who are duo queuing, you're versing people who are trio queuing, they don't have that communication, where they have 5 people communicating with them. Whereas if you're playing in a 5 stack and you're working on your communication, letting people know where you're pushing, if you're dead, going cams, if you're, you know, alive, drone someone in, stuff like that is going to help you succeed no matter the rank. Especially in lower ranks. Please, I promise you, get your 5 stack to watch this video and listen, explain to them that you need to do this, and it will actually help you so much. But that being said, let's move on to the next tip. Alright, so for this next tip, this is going to be positioning. Now, this is something huge that I want to talk about, and that is going to be vertical play. Vertical play is so big in high elo. If you watch any pro league, you're going to notice every single round there's an opportunity to take vertical play, they are doing it. Especially on maps like Cafe, Coastline. Stuff like that, you're going to need to take vertical play, and positioning goes way beyond just like, you know, taking vertical play. There's so much that goes into positioning, but positioning goes a long way. This is Revolt Robbie. He is a very good champion. He's been #1. He's very, very good, and you'll notice he's Sledge. He's taking vertical play. He's making people move from certain angles, and now once they move, the other teammates around there can get kills. They have to move, they get exposed, and it's very, very good. It allows him to take control of this site. But positioning is very important, not just for vertical. Look at this right here. He's planting behind a wall, so that way he's covered. Then he goes and rotates, and look, he's planting in this corner, so that way he cannot be killed from bathroom if someone comes from bathroom, and he cannot be killed from the door if they peek the door. This is very good positioning by Robbie, and now he's holding this angle, and he gets the kill. Positioning when you're planting the bomb, positioning when you're taking gunfights, positioning when you're trying to take control of a site, it is all very important, and positioning is something you need to work on, and there's so many ways to get kills based off positioning, so many ways to take control of a site, there's so many ways to plant the bomb, there's so much stuff that goes into positioning. If you guys want, I can do a whole video on it. Comment down below if you want a specific video on positioning, I can do it, but just look at how he's playing. There is a lot that goes into it, and it is very, very important. You're going to notice the top champions all have great positioning, and that's why they're champion. because they have good positioning, they take stuff like that. And that's what I want to talk about for this next tip. That is something that's similar to me. Because if you're versing a bunch of MnK players, you want to have the best positioning you can, because they're on MnK, and I know it sucks. You hate to see it. But if with the good positioning, you can beat them. I promise you. Does not matter if there's 5 MnKs. If you're holding the better angle, if you're getting more aggressive, if you're doing all these tips that I'm telling you, you're going to beat them. I promise you. Alright, so this final tip that I want to talk about is going to be confidence. Now, this clip is me. And this is me on controller on PC. Now, I wanted to use my controller PC stuff because MnK is such a huge issue on console. So I wanted to show you, like, listen, this is me on PC with a controller. And I did it for 2.5 years. I hit Diamond. I played in Champion Elo. I versed pro players with a controller. This is where I gained most of my confidence from. And I want to talk to you how important it really is. Okay, yes, MnK is so annoying. It is so annoying, but a lot of people complain about it, and they have to realize that the more you complain about it, it's not going to change anything. So what you need to do is you need to try and realize, how can you beat the MnK on console? How can you do this? You have to play with confidence. If you verse 5 MnKs, and you say, oh, verse 5 MnKs, we're going to lose. You're going to lose. Stop being scared. You have to just play with confidence. Don't even think they're MnK. Just do what I told you in this video. Have better positioning. Play aggressive. MnKs cannot handle playing aggressive because they play aggressive. So when someone does back to them, they freak out. Okay? But the biggest thing that I had when I was versing MnKs was I had to have confidence and I had to have positioning. Those are 2 key things that will help you so much. There was times when I did have to play very aggressive because playing against MnKs on, PC, especially when they're on much higher FPS, is very hard. So sometimes I did have to play very aggressive to throw them off. And it's something that is very, very important to do is, try and throw people off with positioning, with aggression. And this goes for MnK on console as well. Do the same exact thing. But you have to have confidence, because at the end of the day, if you're playing with no confidence, you're just going to lose every gunfight you get into. If you're afraid to take a gunfight, you are going to lose that gunfight. If you sit there and like I mentioned earlier, sit there and wait for someone to push you, and they're MnK, they're going to swing you, they're going to kill you, and you're going to play scared. You need to do this. You need to make sure you are pre-firing them. You need to make sure that you are swinging them. You need to, when you swing someone, commit to the swing. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just go and swing. Play with confidence. Tell yourself, okay, I'm going to get this kill. I'm going to win this. I'm going to win this round. It's just repeat it in your head. This game is such a mental game, whereas if you don't have any confidence, like, you're just going to lose. There's nights where if I'm streaming, I play horrible because I get so worried. I'm worried about what people are thinking. I'm worried about doing bad in front of 100 people. I'm worried about my KD. Once you stop worrying about all of this, this will all go away, I promise you. Stop caring about KD. Stop caring about MnK. Focus on, how am I going to win this round? Okay, there's a guy in this quarter. I'm going to swing him. I'm going to get this kill. Focus on that. I just wanted to put this tip at the end because some people might think it's, like, not real. But mental is so important in this game. You need to have a good mental. Best way to build your confidence for me is stuff that I did was T-hunts, TDMs. I would watch people who are better than me, like watch like a Bolo video or something like that. I know it sounds so stupid, but just watching people who are better than me and kind of think to myself, okay, I'm going to go do that when I play. It's something that will help you boost your confidence up. Like I said, go do TDM, get 20 kills. Okay, I'm about to swing people. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this. It will boost your confidence a ton. As well as picking operators you are comfortable playing on will help your confidence a lot as well. Like, I'm not going to go play operators I never played. But if I play like Wamai, Twitch, stuff like that where I'm very comfortable, I'll do very well. But that being said, hopefully this video did help you guys. I wanted to make this a little bit different than like my other tip videos because I've been doing a ton recently and I didn't want it to seem very stagnant and very repetitive. So I wanted to show you different examples from people who you guys may watch that, can really just go and try to help you guys. But that being said, be sure to comment down below. Once again I said comment your tips that you need help with, anything you need help with. I'll be replying to comments. I'm gonna be going away to the major for the event this weekend, so I'm gonna have time to comment and reply to all you guys. But that being said, I will see y'all. Be sure to leave a like, be sure to comment, be sure to subscribe. Much love. Mwah.